Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, September 5th, 2019. Steve Sipress here in the heart of Old Town Scottsdale, as it's known, in the Galleria Corporate Center. Now, if you haven't been here in a quarter of a century, you might have known it as it was originally built to be the Galleria Mall in 1991. So that's today's Throwback Thursday. Imagine it's 1991, you're opening an upscale, fancy schmancy mall in the heart of Old Town Scottsdale. Got all kinds of variances, and they rerouted Scottsdale Road even to accommodate this big new structure with all its promise of bringing in travelers from all over the world and spending big money in fancy shops. And meanwhile, I don't know if you were around in 1991, but those were not the greatest of economic times in the U.S., and I'm sure that wasn't a complete reason, but 2 years later, the Galleria Mall was bankrupt, foreclosed, sold for pittance in a foreclosure auction, closed its doors. And then various ideas cropped up. Well, actually, I'm not aware of all the ideas that cropped up, I'm sure, but some action was taken on a couple of them. First, someone came in and attempted to make it a sports complex. So you can see here, it's got 3 floors, got a food court over here behind me, got like a lobby area here, got escalators, elevators. You can see up above, that's where all the storefronts were going all around. And the sportsplex was, I think, to make it like an indoor ski slope or sledding run or something, and all kinds of other sport-type activities. That didn't work. Then there was an investment group that came in with the idea to make it a museum. I think they actually brought some rare exhibit when it was traveling around the country from the Smithsonian. It was showcased here in the Galleria in Scottsdale. And they attempted to get people to come in and come to this place as a museum. Well, that didn't work, so pretty much it became a museum, as in a ghost town when nobody's there. Kind of like the museum movies with Robin Williams, was it? What's his name? At night the museum is all asleep. Anyway, then it was, 1996, they opened it as a corporate center. And it went through some bumps and ups and downs, was sold a couple of times, and then they got it right. And a few years ago, they hit 100% occupancy, and it became basically a tech hub. All kinds of .com internet startups and internet companies locating their offices here because, mostly hiring young kids that like living in a city type of urban environment, and they like the hustle and bustle of being in the middle of Scottsdale and being in a fancy building and all that kind of stuff. And so to this day, I have a feeling it's still near 100% occupancy, and it's thriving as the Galleria Corporate Center. So today's lesson is, what in your business can you spot that's struggling or having trouble, before it goes into a foreclosure sale, of course, that you can reinvent within the same basic structure, whether this is a physical structure or a structure, a hierarchy, or just a business model, or with the employees you have, or with the software you have, or whatever assets you have. Oh, I have a security guard here. Is he going to stop me from recording if I don't have permission? I'm going to move over just in case. Yeah, that would be silly, wouldn't it? Anyway, so that's the lesson. Okay, what can you restructure as if you were a buyer coming in from the outside to your business, whether it's struggling overall or there are branches of it and aspects of it that are struggling? If an outside team came in, that's the hat you want to put on. Look at it as if you're looking from outside the box, looking in and saying, what radical, completely transformative changes can I make that can bring this from frustrating and struggling to massively successful, like the Galleria Corporate Center is now. Again, basically every single one of these offices here is completely packed and full and no vacancies, and there's a waiting list, and it's like, hey, is anyone ever going to move out? And then it's news when a company is growing and they're moving out to a bigger facility. Now suddenly there's an opening. So that's a big change from completely vacant, pretty much. I think they had, when they went through the foreclosure, from what I'm told, 25 years ago or so, of the Galleria Mall, they had maybe 30 shops out of, I'm sure, hundreds that they could have. So what is on the brink of disaster for you that you can turn around with a radical new thinking and a radical new idea? Rich is here. Great seeing you. Hopefully there's nothing in your business that's struggling or frustrating or needs a radical turnaround. But if so, that's the lesson today. And the second lesson is, could you be one of those investors, one of those idea people, one of those entrepreneurs who comes in from the outside? Look around in your area physically, look around in your industry, whether it's offline, online, you're in tune to your physical area, your overall industry. Look around for opportunities to acquire other businesses, other companies that you can add on to yours to bring in additional streams of income, to completely overhaul and transform what's going on and what's wrong with those businesses or those entities or those areas, because that's what the people did here. Otherwise, this could be like many malls and many strip plazas are all across America. They are dinosaurs. They are big, empty buildings. You know, anytime you drive around any metropolitan area, you see strip plazas completely boarded up, nothing in there at all. That could be the building I'm standing in right now. Instead, it's a thriving, happening area full of young people. If you see behind me, just about everybody walking around this place is some young, happening, hip, tech type of person. That's a big transformation from being sold for pennies on the dollar in foreclosure 26 years ago. So hopefully you're not at that point in your business, but you can look around. There's always opportunities out there, again, geographically or just in principle and structure of businesses that are hurting and ripe for someone with some fresh thinking come in from the outside, completely transform things and make it a massive success. That'll do it for Throwback Thursday. Thanks for being here today. Everyone live, thanks everyone watching on the replay. I'll be back tomorrow. It's Foundation Friday. I'll be teaching a foundational, basic business building tip to help you have more fun, make more money, and have less stress in your life as an entrepreneur and or a business owner. Thanks for being here today. Over and out. Catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.